Every time we say it's over, we disappear for a while. New numbers, new distractions, new reasons to move on with life. Then one lonely Friday evening, one message breaks the silence again. A simple "how have you been?" and we're right back where we've always been. It's like we know the distance will never last too long. Sooner or later one of us finds the way back home. We always find our way back when the nights get hard to face, when the world feels cold and empty. We reach for the familiar place. Maybe we're not forever, maybe we're not meant to stay, but every road we take apart still leads us back someday. We always find our way back. I've seen you with somebody else, you see me trying to move on too, but somehow every ending leaves unfinished parts of you. And every time life falls apart, our dreams don't go as planned. We're dialing old numbers, only we still understand. Maybe it's comfort, maybe it's love, maybe we're two lost souls who never let go enough. We always find our way back when the nights get hard to face, when the world feels cold and empty. We reach for the familiar place. Maybe we're not forever, maybe we're not meant to stay, but every road we take apart still leads us back someday. We always find our way back. The strange thing is, neither of us asked why. We just open the door again and let the years go by, like some invisible thread refuses to break in two. No matter how far we wander, it keeps pulling me to you. We always find our way back through the silence and the time, through different cities, different lives. Maybe one day we'll stop returning, maybe one day we'll finally leave, but tonight we're still the people neither of us can completely lose. Not lovers, not strangers, not quite goodbye, just two hearts that always find their way back. Ooh. Come back again. Still you, not goodbye. Find my way back to you every time. Soft midnight ambience and distant city lights fade into silence. You held my hand behind closed doors, but let it go outside the store. You'd smile at me when no one knew, then walk away like strangers do. No pictures posted, no goodnight calls, no evidence inside your walls. I loved you loud, you loved me low, like something no one else should know. I was enough when no one could see, but never enough to be your reality. I was your secret, never your forever, hidden between maybe and never. You whispered love in private rooms, but daylight stole our truth too soon. If you were proud, why hide my name? I gave you all of me, you gave me shame. I was your secret, nothing more. Your friends never knew my face, I never had a proper place. You kept my number without a name, like loving me was something to escape. Every holiday I spent alone, waiting for a call that never came. You said the timing wasn't right, but excuses all sound the same. I won't be your hidden chapter, your midnight comfort, or your after. Love deserves an open door, not someone to hide it for. Yeah. Every Thursday after midnight, she'd sit alone by the window seat, a glass of red wine in her hand, lost somewhere between the music and the city. The band would play old jazz standards, the saxophone would fill the room, and she'd write something in a little notebook, like she was trying to save a memory. I never knew her story, but somehow I looked for her every night. She was the girl at the jazz bar, the one beneath the amber lights, a stranger who felt familiar without ever saying a word. And now that corner table's empty, the music doesn't sound the same. Funny how someone can leave a mark on your heart without you even knowing their name. For months I rehearsed introductions, different versions in my head. Can I sit here? What's your favorite song? But courage always arrived too late, and another night would slip away while she stared out at the rainy streets. And I watched from across the room. I thought there would always be tomorrow, until there wasn't. She was the girl at the jazz bar, the reason I stopped by every week, the reason lonely nights felt lighter in a city full of strangers. Now the chair remains untouched, the bartender says she stopped coming around, and suddenly this place feels bigger than it ever did before. Maybe she moved away, maybe she found someone to love, or maybe she's sitting in another city being somebody else's mystery. She was the girl at the jazz bar, a chapter that never got written, a song that never found its lyrics, a name I never learned. And years from now, I'll probably still wonder what would have happened if I'd walked over just once. The saxophone keeps playing, but she's not here tonight. Your coffee mug is still on the shelf, the picture frame still hangs crooked on the wall. The plant you bought is somehow still alive. Everything stayed except you. The couch still faces the television, your side of the bed is still untouched. It's strange how a place can look exactly the same and feel completely different. I thought missing you would be the hardest part, but it's living with your absence that breaks me. This apartment is still full of things, but somehow it's empty now. The furniture hasn't moved, the walls haven't changed, but your laughter doesn't live here anymore, and silence sounds louder than it ever did before. I still reach for 2 plates sometimes, still leave space beside me on the couch, still turn around when I hear a noise, forgetting nobody's coming home. The clock keeps ticking in the kitchen, the city keeps moving outside, but inside these walls, time got stuck the day you left. People say a home is just a place. I know that's not true anymore. This apartment is still full of memories, hidden in every room, in the hallway where we danced, in the kitchen where we stayed up talking, in the bedroom where we planned forever. Now forever feels very far away. The hardest thing isn't seeing your things disappear, it's seeing mine remain, like proof that I stayed while others didn't. This apartment is still standing, still holding every piece of our story, but stories don't keep people together, and memories don't answer back. So every night I come home to the same address, in the completely different life. The lights are on, the door is unlocked, but home left with you. We really became strangers now, both living different lives somehow. I guess you're happier these days, while I'm learning how to live with silence. People say time heals everything, but some feelings are only hidden away. I still smile and live normally, yet some nights my heart feels restless. Then an old song suddenly starts playing and brings my whole youth back in seconds. Memories I thought were asleep forever still know how to break my heart. An ex, but still the one I love, even if we no longer belong together. Some people leave your life, but never truly leave your heart. Don't stay awake checking your online status, but every time the city rains at night, I remember how easily you got cold. We once promised forever together, until life taught us otherwise. Some stories may already end, but feelings don't disappear that easily. The hardest part after goodbye isn't losing contact. It's still loving someone without any right to care anymore. LAX, but still the one I love. The name hidden inside every sad song. Oh, yeah, oh, the person who makes me smile at memories, then leaves me silent for hours at night. Oh, if someone asked me someday, have you ever truly loved someone deeply, I'll probably think of you. The person who left my life, but never left my heart. There was no other person, no cheating, no betrayal at all. But every time I felt broken, you said I was overthinking. I told you about my worst days, but silence was all I received. Sometimes I wondered, was this love or endurance? I never needed you to fix everything, I just needed someone to listen. But slowly I realized my sadness became a burden to you. I didn't leave because love was gone, I left because I was too tired to keep trying. Every time I cried, you said you think too much. You never knew careless words could hurt someone for so long, until one day I stopped wanting to tell you what was breaking my heart. Oh, I learned to act strong around you, smiling like everything was fine. Because every time I showed weakness, I felt too sensitive in your eyes. Love should be a place to come home to, not somewhere that makes you lonelier. Being beside someone, yet unable to open your heart, that's the deepest pain. Some breakups don't come with screaming or tears, just one person becoming quieter after too many times feeling misunderstood. I once wanted forever back when my name meant nothing. You never stayed around. I was sleeping on a mattress in a one-bedroom downtown. Late nights chasing records, cheap drinks and empty shows. Oh, you said you needed certainty. I guess I moved too slow. Melody rises, now my face is on the posters. Now they scream my name. Funny how the timing changed. You love me now, but you didn't love me then. Back when I was breaking, trying to become this man. Now you see the lights, the cars, the crowds, the fame, but you don't miss me, you miss who I became. You love the billboard me, not the nobody I was. Now you want me back, after all of that. Saw your message in my inbox 3 years too late. Talking about mistakes and second chances and fate. You say you've changed, you say you've grown, you say you understand, but where was all that loyalty when nobody gave a damn? You only saw the finish line, never watched the rain on me now. But you didn't love me then, when my dreams were just ideas living in my head. Now the world knows my name, suddenly you remember mine, but the version you ignored didn't survive the climb. You see success, I see goodbye. The crazy thing is I would've given you everything back when all I had was nothing. Now I got everything, and somehow there's nothing left for you. You love me now, but you missed your chance back when the lights were off, back when nobody watched, back when my future was still a question mark. You didn't believe until the world did. Now the crowd sings every word, and you're just another face trying to find your way back. You fell in love with the headlines, not the heart. It's hanging on the chair tonight, the same place it's been for months. A faded hoodie smelling like a version of us that once was. I should've packed it in a box or given it away by now, but every time I touch the fabric, I forget exactly how to separate the memory from the thing that's left behind. Because some objects learn to carry entire chapters of your life. The last thing you left behind wasn't just a piece of clothing, it was 1,000 midnight conversations, still folded in the seams. Every thread holds a memory, every scent unlocks the door, and somehow one old hoodie still says more than words. The last thing you left behind isn't really the hoodie at all. It knows every rainy Sunday, every movie we never finished, Every morning we slept too late, thinking forever was a given. Funny how the smallest things outlive the grandest plans. A simple piece of fabric now carries all that remains. I don't keep it because I'm waiting, I don't keep it because I can't move on. I keep it because some memories deserve a place to be alone. The last thing you left behind wasn't just a piece of clothing, it was 1,000 midnight conversations, still folded in the seams. Every thread holds a memory, every scent unlocks a door, and somehow an old hoodie still says more than words. The last thing you left behind isn't really the hoodie at all. One day the smell will disappear, the fabric will start to fade. Time will slowly take away the evidence you stay. But even then I'll remember the way you laughed, the way you loved, the way you filled the room. 'Cause memories don't live in objects, objects just help us find them. The last thing you left behind was a life I still revisit sometimes, a collection of ordinary moments that became priceless over time. The hoodie will eventually wear out, the colors will slowly turn gray, but the version of you inside my heart won't disappear the same way. So tonight it stays on that chair like a quiet photograph of a love that's gone. And the last thing you left behind was 1,000 memories wrapped inside one piece of fabric. LAX was crowded that morning, rolling suitcases and tired eyes everywhere. But somehow the whole airport disappeared the moment you started crying in my arms. Your flight to New York boarding soon, mine was just driving back home alone. Funny how two people can stand inches apart and already feel thousands of miles away. You kept saying, we'll make this work somehow, but your voice sounded more like heartbreak than hope. It was an LAX Terminal Goodbye, the kind both people pretend isn't final. We kissed slowly beneath fluorescent lights while strangers walked around our ending. You said, call me when you get home, like home still meant the same thing for both of us. But deep down we already knew love was staying in California that day. I watched your plane disappear through the clouds until the sky looked empty again. Then sat alone inside my car for almost an hour without moving. cup still in the passenger seat. Lipstick stain fading on the lid. Proof that somebody can leave physically before your heart accepts they're gone. Long distance doesn't always break people immediately. Sometimes it slowly stretches love apart until memories become stronger than the relationship itself. Now every time I pass through LAX, I still look toward Terminal 6 instinctively, like part of me stays standing there, holding on to you for 1 second longer. And after all these years, airports still don't feel romantic anymore, because the last time I truly loved someone ended beside a departure gate. For the longest time, I blamed the timing, the distance, the arguments, anything but myself. I told my friends we just weren't meant to be, because the truth was harder to face. It wasn't bad luck, it wasn't fate. Sometimes love ends because someone didn't love right, and that someone was me. Now I finally know what I did wrong. Now I finally see the tears behind your smile. Now I understand every silent goodbye, every time you said it's okay, when it really wasn't. I found all the answers after you were gone, and that's what hurts the most. You weren't asking for perfection, you weren't asking for the world. You only wanted to feel important, wanted to feel chosen, wanted to feel heard. But I was too busy defending myself to listen. Funny how clarity arrives long after the damage is done. Now I finally know what I did wrong. I replay every memory differently. The moments I thought were small were actually everything. And if I could relive those years, I'd love you in a completely different way. I wrote 100 apologies saved in my phone, letters you'll never read, words you'll never never hear, because healing moved you forward while regret kept me here. Now I finally know what I did wrong, but understanding doesn't change the ending. It doesn't bring back your voice or your hand in mine. It only leaves me with wisdom. I wish I'd learned sooner, and to love, I can never apologize to properly. The saddest lesson of my life came from